Hello, and welcome to the Embodied Women series. My name is Melissa Mahar. This is something special I am putting together for all of you for International Women's Day 2026. This was an inspiration that just came to my heart last week, where I decided I wanted to interview some of the most fabulous, amazing, inspiring, embodied women that I know. And today, my dear friend Michelle Allman is here with us. I am so excited to speak with her today. She is the founder of the Hook&Co, which is a music company where she's inspiring and educating and bringing so much positivity, change, and forward movement in the music industry. And today we are going to be diving into some amazing conversations around how this all came about, what it was like for her in a very male dominant music industry field, what it was like for her as a woman, and just anything that our hearts desire to touch on today, we will speak on. So thank you, Michelle, for being here. I'm really grateful to spend this time with you.
No, thank you, Melissa. I'm honored to be here. We are longtime friends, and I've been championing you from the sidelines with my pom-poms for years and enjoy the growth, the development, the community that you've created and ones that you serve. And like I said, it's literally just an honor to just still be here with you, championing you in this moment.
Yeah, thank you so much. I feel the exact same way with you. We have known each other like well over a decade now, and I always share with people like Michelle's like my walking billboard. She is just that girl, like everyone needs a Michelle in their life who is just there, who's going to support you, who's going to cheer you on, and who's also going to call you out on your BS.
Yeah,
So
that's the,
thank you
that's the
for
thing.
being that girl.
That's a thing. That is a thing. I love hard. I care hard. I just believe everybody's capable of doing all the things. And
Yeah,
sometimes you just need somebody to believe in you before you believe in yourself. You know what I mean?
absolutely.
Or
Yeah.
just keep you going, whatever that looks like. So, yeah,
Yeah.
I like that
Yeah,
intro. Thank you.
you're welcome. Yeah, and so that's like a perfect kind of segue in. So I would love for you to share with the audience like a little bit about the Hook&Co and how you started it and how it was something where you knew it was something in your heart, you knew your gifts and skills. When we
Mm.
were talking the other day, you were talking about like your gift of research and your gift of curiosity, and how once upon a time, many years ago, before you actually established yourself as this authority and this industry expert, how life was for you when you weren't really living in alignment with
Mm.
your purpose, and then how that shifted. And what was that like for you? Like, was there anything that stands out that was specific to that growth for you?
100%. I, it's only now when you get a chance to look back at your story and your trajectory, do you understand it and it makes sense. Um, and it kind of starts when we met, ironically. I was working in corporate for many years. I worked for mostly large public corporate companies, three in total that kind of transferred, started with the bank, then to a telecommunication company, then to a tech company. I've always been logical, super math orientated. I'm absolutely daddy's girl. And so everybody would say, you're just like your father. You're just like your father. And to me, that's a compliment. If it means anything, that man is like my hero. And I think, and I say that on purpose because I think that's where I pick up some of the masculinity energy
Mhm.
as I
Mhm.
move through the story. But, you know, I feel like I always say I've lived several lives during this life. So getting into the corporate space, it was great doing all the things, having big fun, making money. Let me be clear, not so much big fun, but making the money that, it makes you feel good, considering I am a single parent of two
Mhm.
individuals. So this trajectory was meaningful to me. It allowed me to see myself and champion myself as somebody who made sure I took care of the things I needed to take care of. When the kids got a little bit older and started to do all the things, I got to a point in my life where I started to question a lot of what am I doing, my purpose.
Mhm.
Several circumstances happened in my life that really had me questioning what was happening. They were dark, they did not serve me. I couldn't figure out why it was all happening to me, only to realize it was happening to me probably because I was making it happen by way of my
Mm,
thoughts and my language. I was not a positive person. I really
mhm,
was not a positive person. And I guess this kind of springboards us to when we met. I was in a position where I was looking for something. I knew that. I just needed something. I had no clue what it was, just wanted change. The organization we ended up meeting in a health organization. And I'm talking about nutrition and feeling good, but one thing I could give this organization that is that they didn't just hype on the health of feeling good, they hyped on your mental and your spiritual, which I had
mhm,
never done before. I had never questioned it. I've never asked anything around how am I feeling? Where do I sit? Where do I stand? How do I feel about me? And it opened up a series of questions. And I'm a curious person. And so it's I got tired of being tired. And so the curiosity was magnified by the idea of what else is there. I don't think I can lose any more than I've lost. Let's try anything. And that made me start to activate certain different habits in terms of the way I was thinking and language I was using and choices I was making and people I was hanging out with and anything that would just counteract any negative considerations in my life. Um,
mhm,
because I am that curious person and I believe that 21 days is the habit forming period. Anything I challenge myself to do, I say, I'm curious to know if I did this for 30 days, what would happen? And so in that quest, my question to myself was, I wonder what would happen if I was positive for 30 days. And so in doing that, things started to magically happen. I'm going to use that
mhm,
word and that term.
mhm.
And that magic brought about a fear of going, oh my God, I think I have a power. And then the real question came out. What else can I do with this power?
Mm,
And I think that planted a seed of fearlessness.
mm,
I, at that point, made a decision to leave my job of 11 years at the time. Um, and just dive into what I wanted to do. And I had to ask myself that too. What do you want to do? And I didn't know.
mhm,
I just knew
mhm,
my only answer was I just want to serve those that work in purpose because I felt for years I was not doing anything that was related to purpose. And so I was like, well, what does that mean? And the I have many, many friends in music. My best friend's a composer. We speak in C sharp, B flats all the time. And a lot of my community in that space always asked me for things like, do you know somebody? Do you have this? Do you have that? And I was always helpful because I can handshake, I could be in the room, I could figure it out. And so I was helping them, but I realized I was helping them for free. So I decided the most purposeful people I personally know are anybody in music. These guys, they go hungry for studio time, they don't sleep for the song, it's like they are purpose driven. Family, friends are misguided about their choices. They keep pushing. So I was like, you know what? I think I'm going to figure out what I can do for them. And I created a referral company, which I now call the Hook and Company. And it was primarily because I just wanted to hook people up. That was it.
mm.
That's where it started.
Love it.
Knew nothing about what I was doing, but just jumped off as I say, I jumped off a cliff yelling, I regret nothing. And I did it. I winged it all the way through. I would be lying to say it was easy. It was not. I didn't know what I didn't know. I was never in the music industry. I'm a musician, but I've never been in the industry. So this was a whole new space. I felt imposter syndrome big time because it's very
Mhm,
clicky. It's very,
mm,
micro pocketed in terms of groups, heavy male orientated. Um, Heard some real stories about some of the women and what they've experienced. And so, did I second guess what I was doing? No, but kind of slightly treading lightly, not sure how those decisions to be made. And I feel
Mm-hmm.
like I did that for a while, Melissa. And I'll tell you why that's important. I did well enough to do what I needed to do in terms of the business. And because of my curious mind, I started to dive into all the other things the industry had to offer. What's artist management about? What's touring about? What's all these things about? And the more I touched and felt, and being a sponge, the more information and knowledge that I was like really honing and exercising and I started to spread out there, but not enough to satisfy. Like I knew something was slightly off, still happy, you're, but not all the way happy. I think I was riddled still with imposter syndrome, still
Mm-hmm.
wanted to play small, still mindful that I'm a girl,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
And COVID hit and
Mm.
things changed. And then I feel, here I am back at the drawing board again. That's how I felt.
Mm-hmm.
And out of that, when we're all sitting at home eating a bag of chips and all the things, and I'm sitting here like, what can I do? What can I do? Artists can't do anything. I can't do it. Nobody can do anything. Entertainment had completely shut down. There's no stages, no concerts, no shows, no anything. Online shows were starting to pop up, but then they got shut down because of copyright. It was like, what do you do? And then watching this great movie and listening to the song on the show, because I was like, oh my God, I love this song. It was like it hit me like a ton of bricks. I'm like, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get into sync licensing, which is just me being able to represent artists to take their catalog of music and move it and pitch it to television, film, videos, and commercials. Because that side of the industry did not stop. So this is my
Mm-hmm.
second business. So that
Mm.
is now called the Hook Group. Out of that, I chose to ensure that I represented BIPOC, LGBTQ, recognized as female and gender diverse artists, composers, songwriters, producers, arrangers, because I, as not only a female, have experienced barriers and gatekeeping. I am a visible minority. And I have been pigeonholed many times with the idea that this is what I do, or this is what I deliver when it comes to music, when that's not the case. And even if it
Mm-hmm.
was, ask me. Don't assume. And
Right.
I knew other artists were feeling the same way.
Mm-hmm.
So I made sure not to do it by genre, but to do it by these communities to help break barriers and open up all these gates that were in front of them.
I
In
love it.
doing so, I realized they don't know much about this side of the industry. So
Mm-hmm.
I realized what also has been gatekept was information.
Mm-hmm.
So myself and a few colleagues, business partners now gathered together, and over an 18-month period, we took a very deep dive into the industry and created what is now called the Sync Music Production Accelerator. And it was specifically designed for Black producers and now Black and Indigenous specifically. We're rolling out different openings around those different communities that we serve, but that's where it started. And the payoff was amazing because they saw representation. And it literally spread like a virus. And I, because of what I was able to create and ensure, and I followed up with outcomes. I made sure to make they saw the outcome of something. I really wanted that ROI for them. Individuals got hired directly right out of this accelerator that we did. So Canada, and I say Canada, based out of Toronto, saw that. And I started just to get asked, invited to all these different music associations and organizations to continue to do that work over in many, many different provinces and cities. So I had no
Mm-hmm.
choice then to dive a little deeper into the education side and the what I like to call application-based knowledge training, because I think when you touch something, it lands a little bit different. And I created then my third business called Sustainable Creative Living because it was to ensure that I could create a sustainable life for creatives.
Mm.
And so,
That's
yeah,
amazing.
I do all those things because of everything I feel like I did is almost out of a gap fill or a necessity or a
Mm-hmm.
healing moment for me,
Yeah,
anyways.
that's
That's
beautiful.
Yeah, those
Yeah.
are the things.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Thank you for sharing. And it's amazing too because where we are when we're feeling stuck or out of alignment or misplaced or whatever you want to call it is really that place
Yeah.
just before we drop in. And I remember I had a teacher years ago say, it's like we're just a millimeter away from being in alignment, like a
Wow.
millimeter. And it takes more energy to live out of alignment than it
Yes.
does to live in alignment. Because now that you're in alignment, like you're just like
Oh,
listing this business, this business, this business. And I would
I have
love,
so much energy for it. I
yeah,
totally understand that alignment. It gives you energy. Like it literally
yeah,
physically gives
yeah.
you energy.
Because all of that bent up, pent up energy that we have, that we're forcing something when we're out of alignment, is now available to be
Hmm.
created with. And that's why it does. Days go by fast. You're
Yeah.
working away 12 hours, you look up and you're like, holy crap, it's like 12 hours later. But it doesn't feel like that because we've just been flowing and flowing and going and going and going, which is so amazing. Like it's so
Well,
good.
it's also fulfilling. It's like
Yeah.
it is
Yeah.
really fulfilling. I wasn't,
Yes.
I had started the conversation, and when I first started the hook, the first few years, like I'm doing the thing and I'm suffering still with imposter this and that, and I'm kind of still in my head about do I fit or how do people see me? I just got here. Most of the people that were in the industry have been in the industry
Been
for like
there.
20,
Yeah.
30 years.
Yep.
I'm like a few years in. Who's going to
Yeah.
listen to me? Like I went through all of that.
Yeah.
And yeah, you show up and you're doing all the tap dancing and looking cute and being available, but in behind closed doors, I was really going through it. And
Yeah.
so I knew I was where I needed to be. I don't know if I was fully in alignment yet,
Mm.
or willing to accept that because I was
Mhm.
still in a position where I didn't know what I didn't know. And I
Yeah.
wasn't giving myself permission to have that Moses moment
Mhm.
where,
Mhm.
you're kind of the guy. You're
Yeah.
the one that's supposed to do the thing. And
Yeah.
so I will say shortly after I created the HookSync group, I almost got angry, but like with myself, not like shame on you bad type of vibe. Just I knew there was more in me. There was a calling. It was loud. It was abrupt, it was abrasive, and it was like there's so much more for you, Michelle. And I think people hide from that voice because it from a societal space, it screams ego. Like, how dare I think I'm this big? Even though there's something calling you. And I saw it. It was big.
Mhm. Mhm.
Part of me was like, I think it's almost too big. Like, I don't know if I want that responsibility. That looks like a lot. Like I mean, I'm trying to get through laundry. Okay. Never
Yep.
mind heal the world and solve, world, world peace. But I I think I allowed myself to get to the point where I could look myself in the mirror and say, okay, seriously, I think enough's enough. I don't know what you're running from. I don't know what you're freaking out about. I don't know what you're fearful of. At the end of the day, it's not you and you alone. You can do this. It's in you. Clearly, it's in you. What are we asking yourself? What more questions do you have?
Mm.
Just
Mhm.
do the thing, Michelle. Like just
Mhm.
show up and all the way. Like enough's enough. If this is where you're supposed to be. And I
Yeah.
let it
I love
go.
that.
I literally
Yeah.
just let it go. And I said, okay. And I honored the fact that I'm amazing at what I do.
Yep.
No ego, no narcissism, just ownership. I'm really, really good at what I do. When I
Mhm.
get turned on and do what I do, you need to get out of the way.
Yeah.
I'm amazing. My
Yeah.
cape is flowing in the wind, all the things. And that made me take things to another level. That's when
Yeah.
real risk fell off. Like,
Yeah.
really. Yeah.
And I feel like that is so important to recognize. Like when we know that the thing that we're here to do is not actually about us, it's been placed in our hearts from
Mhm.
God, and we can remove the human and just know that this is what God has assigned to my life right now, that
Hmm.
can change things. And I wonder, everything you just described there, and that knowing that you're like, I'm really good at this no matter what, was that something that really helped you navigate a very male dominant industry? Or like, what was that like for you? You kind of touched on it, but what was that
Yeah.
like for you as a woman, the new person? Like, you were talking about imposter syndrome, and by the
Hmm.
way, I think that's very normal for everybody. Like, I've
Yeah.
even gone through that kind of stuff. Everybody goes through that stuff. And so for the
Hmm.
people listening, like, if you're feeling that right now, like, that is incredibly normal. Even when you've been doing something for years and you're just going to a new level, like, that stuff can still show up.
Yes.
um but
Yes.
I wonder, like, was that placement of God's will in your heart something that helped you navigate this industry? Or yeah, speak on that if you have anything to share.
100%. That's, interestingly enough, I had quoted earlier, I said, we have people around, or you're taken care of, like you have that support. And that's exactly what I was talking about.
Mm,
I couldn't be aligned. I couldn't be designed. I couldn't be destined for anything without it being there for me, laid out.
mm,
This is my
mhm.
runway. I have an opinion about this. It's, whether you want to, I say I'm at Mandarin, I'll put stuff on the plate. If you want to pick it up and eat it, you're more than welcome to. But my idea and my opinion about this is that my life's design is designed. I'm now finding out in the process of moving forward. Taking ownership around this beautiful design I think, is already downloaded in us. I think a lot of us see it, we feel it, we touch it, we move away from it. What is innate versus what is taught conflict regularly. And
Yeah,
so I, I, from the time I said, okay, God, I'm here for it. Let's go. I'll be Moses. No problem. Let's go. I can do this. If you say I can do this, let's go.
yeah,
But I made a deal. I did say, I'll do whatever I can do 100%, but I need you to take care of the rest because there are some things I just cannot do. I don't, whether, and I'll learn to do some of those things because I know some of those things that I cannot do today is out of fear or under lack of understanding. Can you take care of that and guide me to the resources that I need in order to maybe take that over from you one day? Well, then you take on the next thing because we are only going up. And so that means more and more things will be on the plate. And God said, I got you. So we go together all day, every day. I do this. It's funny. That's our high five.
oh, I love it.
Literally. There's times where I'm like, I don't know about this one. Can you take this one? And I literally hear, I got you. And I sit
Love it.
and I wait. I do not interfere. And I think that is something that we are challenged to do as humans. We
Mm,
feel like we still got to get involved. I don't interfere. Um,
mhm.
in terms of the alignment and then alliance with God in order to move forward and do all the things, knowing I've already got this. I've already got this. Everything that I've ever thought in my mind's eye, the vision, the big, beautiful picture that I saw, that I'm looking for, that I'm marching strongly towards, it's already created in my mind's
Yeah.
eye.
Yep.
It's just in time.
Yep.
So that's done. I
Yeah.
don't think about it anymore.
Yeah.
It's already done.
Yeah.
All dealing with is process. So when dealing with in a male dominated space, you're asking me, and let's keep in mind for those that are out here in the audience, ladies, I am 5 feet tall. Okay. I am a very petite female, visible minority female. I got a lot of things going on that could hinder or could create an idea in my own belief system that would stop me from doing the things. But there is nothing sweeter for me than being in the boardroom with a bag of men because I always make them say yes. And I love that. I love that. I'm friendly, I'm funny, but I'm a boss. I know what I'm doing. I say what I mean. I'm clear. If I'm unsure, I ask questions, whether you like the questions or not. And it's not when I say that, I don't mean like in a negative space. Some people just don't like to be questioned, especially
Mm-hmm.
men,
Yeah.
right? But I hate to say it like this. I kind of don't care. I know hands down if I'm in that room, I have something to offer. So you're happy, you should be happy I'm in the room because whatever I'm going to offer is going to be amazing.
I
Let
love
me
it.
ask my questions. I
Yeah.
promise you, you'll get the benefit of what it is I'm asking. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm at a place now where a lot of older men too, those that have been there for a long time, have an exceptionally profound respect for me.
Mm.
I have my team, which there are a couple guys and they say she's coming in tall, guys, because I'm
I
so
love
sure I guess that's when I boss up. The jokes are done. It's time to work. Let's go. This is where we're going. And it's always based on intention. I don't do things just because.
it.
I know who I serve. I know what they get from it. It is I, nothing makes me happier. It's not
Mm-hmm.
about me. Get out of my way. Like I hate,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean? It sounds cross,
Yeah.
but seriously, like it's not about me. You need to
Yeah.
get out of my way.
Woo. Yes. Yeah. It's like get out of my way or join. Get on
That
board
part.
or
And
get
I'm
out of the
here
way.
for the join. I love
Yeah.
team. I love
Yeah.
people. I'm a very big people person. I have big
Yeah.
fun everywhere I go.
Yeah.
But get
Yeah.
out of my way.
Oh, I love it. It's so good. I'm so proud of you. And like, oh, it's been just so amazing to watch this all unfold for you and just hearing this side from you, like understanding, it was really about mindset and aligning with God and just knowing that this is like you're in service.
Yes.
It's
Well,
not just I'm just doing a job. It's I'm in service. I want to help these musicians. I want to help these people. And
yes,
that creates your legacy, like those people will remember you.
that's big.
That girl, that
That's
girl.
big. But I think there's so much honor in that. I honor that.
Yeah, yeah.
It's it's kind of like not my will. I know I'm a vessel. I know I'm a catalyst. That's why I'm good at what I do. I think all of us are
Mhm,
designed with some amazing gifts. And I live by the code. As soon as you step into purpose, you immediately step into the gift of service. The two cannot be
mhm.
separated.
Right.
I
Yep.
don't know any role you could potentially play that supports your purpose or a purpose that doesn't
Yeah.
support and benefit somebody else in some capacity. And
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I honor that I've been able to find that and have the audacity and dare I say, speaking about strengthening women, the balls to do it.
The
It does take,
vagina to do
yes,
it.
yes, the vagina to do it. I'm here for that.
Yeah.
No, seriously, I love it. And the
Yeah.
joy I get from what gets reciprocate, like in that, or what gets
Yeah.
received from the work that we do.
Yeah.
Oh, Melissa, like I sleep
Yeah.
sweet as I say. Like my
Yeah.
heart is so swollen,
It's amazing.
consistently. Like I truly, truly love what I do.
Yeah. I find it even for me too, sometimes like it's an active practice for me to really receive the gratitude when I have someone on the other end of a call or somebody that I know and just be like, thank you, like, and share, like sometimes I actively uncross my legs, my hands, and take a breath in because it's like, wow, like
Hmm.
just to hear it. It's amazing and it's such a gift and it's a byproduct of the work. It's a byproduct of the service. And it's not that's the interesting thing about service. We don't do it for that byproduct, but that's a natural response to it. It just happens. You receive through your giving and your service. So I love it. And yeah, I guess my final two-part question to ask you, what does embodied leadership mean to you? And what
Mm.
would you say to the women that are waiting for permission to take up space in life, whether it's with a career or a relationship or whatever? What advice would you have for them?
Thank you. This is amazing. Really, really great questions. Embodied leadership. I am constantly, I think because of the trajectory that the business has grown at this point, moving from national and now dipping into international, full staff that is coming on board to do all these things. And uh, it, I have been inside myself identifying the type of leader I want to be. I want to be an empowerment leader. I want to be viewed. Okay, so let me kind of step back a bit. It kind of reminds me of being a parent. I've
Mm,
learned, um, my kids learned a lot more from me by watching me than they heard me. And so I need to be reflective of what it is I'm looking for, reciprocal from others that work in alignment.
mm,
I tell my staff or the ones that I work with that please use this organization, this company, the Hook, as your vehicle to find your greatness, because that's really all it is.
mhm,
Yeah, we pride ourselves on the business and the titles and all the things. I'm going to be honest with you, I actually don't care. That's not the point. If this is supposed to be
mhm.
my experience with my spirit choosing this avatar, I'm here for the experience. Part of the experience is creating the business. The business is to support the opportunity to remember who you are. It's not really like, it's not about the business, if you get
Yeah.
me. Like for me, fundamentally,
Yeah.
like if we go all the way down to the root, I don't care.
Yeah.
But that's the type of leader I want to be. I want to empower people because I don't expect them even to stay with me forever, but I do
Mhm.
want them to find themselves in the greatest way they possibly can. This
Yeah.
world right now is on fire. It's all we do is smell smoke, and that smoke smells like burnt plastic. It's horrible. We are fed a lot of false narratives, and our belief systems are completely obliterated. They're messy, and the trajectory of your decision and people's decision making is leading them to places they have no business being. We're forgetting who we are, we're forgetting what we're capable of, we're believing the hype. Um, it almost saddens me, but my contribution back is being an individual that'll create space for others to find themselves in that greatness, because that energy needs to grow faster than the current energy that's on this planet right now. I need more positive people. I need more people breathing life. I need more people breathing light out into the space, because I live here, my children live here. It is energy. We can control it. We can redirect it. I want to incite that. And that's the embodied leadership I want to be. What that develops into, I'm still finding out. Stay tuned. I'm a new leader, as I call myself. I'm a very communicative leader. I speak to my team regularly and give them the permission to say, hey, if you don't like something I've said or done, you need to talk to me. If you have an idea about something you want to exercise or do, you need to talk to me. I want to empower you to do it. Um, because I think that's not only where you find loyalty, but who doesn't deserve somebody on their side like that?
Yeah.
Right?
It's
Like,
true. Yeah.
who's going to do it? I don't mind doing it. I love doing it. So let me do it. You know, but
Yeah.
that's just me. I keep it simple. I believe beliefs are just thoughts thought to be true. I think that when you want to change beliefs, it sounds really big and nobody's here for that because that's a lot of work. But if you change small thoughts, that leads to new belief systems. So
Yeah.
I simplify things like that, make it easier, because I don't like authority. I don't like to do all the things, but I have to get things. I challenge discipline for myself because I understand the person that created the thing that big picture that lives wherever in that time has some really awesome considerations and traits and skill sets that I am yet learning. And so I hyper focus on what does that person own in terms of communication, delegation, discipline, all those things. What don't I have currently? And that's what I'm going to practice because that person owns all those things. And I want what that person owns.
Mm.
Right? Sorry, what was the second part of your question?
What would you share with women who are waiting for
Ah,
permission to take up more space in their field or in their life or whatever it may
permission
be?
was already granted from the day you entered this planet and took your first breath,
Yeah,
in
it's
all
true.
honesty. The thing is, you're learning it. And that's okay. That's why people tell you, go do the thing, because they can see what you cannot. It is hard to see where you are.
Mm,
Take
mm,
ownership. I want to create an understanding around the false narrative of ego and narcissism. I think we've skewed what those are, so we don't give ourselves permission to pat ourselves on the back for the accolades that we achieve. Because I want to stay humble. You can do both. I
yeah.
believe that. You can
I
do
think
both.
celebration is totally underrated. Like people need to celebrate themselves way more.
I high five
Totally.
myself all the time. I think
Yeah.
because I've never been here.
Yeah.
I say to myself all the time, Michelle, how are you going to meet yourself new for the first time today? Because
Mm.
I like taking on things I've never done before. I want to learn things I've never done before. I want to meet new people. I want to have conversations I've never had before. Empower yourself to do that, ladies. Like, give yourself that permission because you have your purpose. You know what it is. I know some
Yeah.
of you are running from it, like I did. It looks big, it looks impossible. It's totally out of the scope of what you could conceive, depending on your environment, circumstances, or otherwise. But it's crazy what can happen. Like,
Hmm.
it's not about you identifying how it's going to happen. It's
Right.
you identifying the greatness that's in you to just start with your why. And then every day is about what? What little thing do you want to do today that supports your why? And it doesn't have to be big. It's just a little thing, just something
Hmm.
small that you could say, because ironically, that builds confidence. You are at the gym, you are training, you are lifting the weights, you are doing the work. You need to figure out how to create those new belief systems around who you are and how you are received or give back and serve whoever this aspect of the community that lives on this planet. And you don't need
Hmm.
everybody. There's 9 billion people on the planet. If you get 1%, I think you're doing pretty good. If you do the math,
Yeah.
just walk towards it one day at a time.
One step at a
Ask
time.
for
Yeah.
forgive yourself. Be okay with where you are. Be okay with where you are. No matter how messy, dark, or ugly it looks. You ironically, I know you can't see your way out, but wherever you are is exactly where you need to be in order to figure out how to go where you're going. You need this moment. You do. I'm sorry to say it. It sucks sometimes and you wonder when it's going to end. It is going to end. Nothing lasts forever. Nothing.
Hmm. Hmm.
It's some of that though that's lasting forever starts with what's going on up here. So
Mm.
reroute that, lead with here, one step at a time, small things. You've already been given permission. I don't need to unpack that.
Love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Thank you so much. This was such a beautiful conversation, and I really appreciate you sharing your passion and your love and your gifts with all of us. If
Oh,
people want to get in touch with you, how can they find you? What's the best way, especially if they want to get involved with your accelerator program or anything like that? How can they reach out to you?
yeah, absolutely. Me personally, you can meet me on all socials at Ms. Meesh 17. That's MZMEESH 17. The Hook and or At the Hook and Co, the Hook Sync Group, the Hook SCL. Try to keep it
Beautiful.
easy.
Love it. I'll definitely link all of those too so people can just click and
Yeah,
get in touch
no
with you that
worries.
way.
Love
Amazing.
that.
Thank
And I'm always
you
here for
so
the
much.
combos. I think we should do more
Yeah.
girl circles, as they call it.
Yeah. I
I would
love
love
that.
that because,
Well,
yeah.
I think you, me, and Malika need to do something. We can call it M&M.
Ooh, I'm here
Yeah,
for
I'm
that.
going to be talking to her tomorrow.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Drop the seed. We'll pick the
I
fruit.
will.
Don't worry.
I actually think it's something her and I may have talked about already. So,
I
yeah,
love it. I love it. Melissa,
beautiful.
thank you so much for the opportunity to have this
My pleasure.
conversation. I love speaking with you. And even now, further getting connected to your community. I'm super
Yes.
excited. I wish you
Yes.
all much continued success.
Thank you.
Success to those that are out here watching. And to Melissa's community, God bless you. You've got a great person supporting you. Connect with her. She knows what she's
Thank
talking
you.
about. She's fantastic. Yeah.
Thank you, Michelle. I love you. Okay, that's a wrap, everyone. If you want to reach out to Michelle, you can definitely do so. I'll link all the things in the description. And thank you for joining us.